The world is going to be taken by storm on Friday when Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever comes out. It might even be a serious movie, so in today's video we're going to talk about why you should go watch Wakanda Forever. Also go over some little tidbits and some little plot points here because that's what we do on this channel. But first, we've got a message from today's sponsor. I'm so excited for Marvel's next movie, which just happens to be Marvel Studios' Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which comes out in just over 2 months, the 11th of November, and they have something pretty cool that they're doing in association for the launch of the next movie. So, Marvel Legends, Hasbro, Marvel Legends series in Smith's online website and superstores are relaunching the Black Panther inspired figures for the first film. Now, these include Black Panther T'Challa himself, M'Baku, Eric Killmonger, Marvel's Nikita, and Shuri are all available to buy online at Smith's Toys and available to walk into the shop or superstore, depending on what you call it. The attention to detail on these figures are insane. They look lifelike. My favorite figure is T'Challa himself, Black Panther, which is modeled on the late, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. It looks lifelike. The attention to detail on the suit is amazing. Now, my second figure that I really like is Killmonger himself. The gold and black suit looks marvelous. It even comes with a battle weapon from Black Panther 1. So make sure to check out the link in the description and the pinned comment to check out the Marvel Legends series inspired by Black Panther's first movie to get you excited and to get you hyped for Marvel Studios' Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Comes out the 11th of November, so make sure to check them out down below. Guys, it really does support the channel, and I would love to know what you guys actually think about the Black Panther range that Smith Toys have. Back to you, Warstu. Thank you, Warstu. So, make sure to check out the link down below if you want to check out any Black Panther merchandise from Smith Toys. So, Wakanda Forever is just over a week away. This coming Friday, it's now the weekend. It's been very controversial already, and it's not even come out. From the reactions, there is some controversy, but something that is quite clear from speaking to multiple people who have seen the movie thus far, they've all said this: it is easily the best movie in Phase 4, which I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for and maybe some negative comments. I've not really been a fan of Phase 4. My biggest problem with the whole Phase 4 is it's not serious at all. There's been no serious tone. There's been no actual world building. It's been literally stale. Yeah, sure, I get it. But what about Spider-Man No Way Home? Sure, you take away Toby, you take away Andrew Garfield, and it's a nostalgia movie with no overdevelopment overall. Yeah, sure, it's going to progress Tom Holland forward. Sure, Multiverse of Madness, sure, it released everything. But finally, it looks like Wakanda Forever could be the first serious tone that we've had the whole of Phase 4, because let's be honest, Shang-Chi flopped, Eternals flopped. I know you people are going to disagree with me, but that's the great thing about the movie world is it's very subjective. So, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, pop culture-based content that we do on a daily basis. If you could, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, check us out on Instagram. I wish you to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Also, check us out on Twitter. I wish you G. Right, let's get into this video. So, we're going to talk about the Wakanda Forever movie, about how this could potentially make Marvel good again. It really could make Marvel great again. I think the biggest flaw Marvel's had throughout the whole Phase 4 with the TV shows on Disney Plus and the movies are, they've not been serious. Thor Love and Thunder was a freaking parody. She-Hulk, I stopped watching it. It was a freaking parody. Yeah, don't get me wrong. There have been pretty cool bits here and there. Loki, WandaVision, Moon Knight, cool. But outside of Multiverse of Madness and maybe a few other properties, Phase 4 has been the biggest phase in the sense of the content that they've been throwing out. But realistically, has anything really happened for an overall narrative, growing the plot, going forward? No. But it appears in Wakanda Forever, we're actually going to get a serious movie with serious ramifications, with serious feelings. It's actually going to make you feel something. There's going to be death. There's going to be plot development. There's going to be things set up. There's going to be cameos that no one spoke about. This movie has so much riding on it. Yes, we know with Ant-Man 3, Kang the freaking Conqueror is coming, and there's going to be so much plot development going forward. But so far, yeah, cool. Multiverse of Madness. Everything's open. We get it. We got the tease right at the end. But Thor Love and Thunder literally sent the MCU 10 years backwards. So, everything we've heard about this is positive. But then there's the negative side of it, the woke side of it. It's kind of pushing the female agenda. Damn, you guys are going to go hard. I'm just saying what people were saying. So, take that as whatever you want to take it as. It's not my opinion, it's what people were saying. So, we're going to go over another plot leak, which has been verified and confirmed to be real. Why? Because you guys keep asking for this kind of content. So, let's begin. The movie apparently opens with a long take of Shuri trying to synthesize an artificial recreation of the herb to try and save T'Challa's life. We don't know until later that he was suffering with some unknown illness that he kept from those around him. She's frantically trying to test different variations through simulations with a success rate for it to work, being around 28%. During this, an AI keeps informing her of T'Challa's plummeting heart rate and vitals. Multiple other scientists try to convince her that maybe she should just go be with him for his final moment. But she resists. Eventually, she starts to generate an herb with a 29% survival prediction and tries to race to give it to her brother, but is stopped by Ramona saying he's already gone to the ancestors. We get to T'Challa's funeral with a casket being taken away by the Wakandian ship. We then jump to 1 year later. Shuri has become obsessed with innovating technology, but not working on an artificial herb. At the same time, Ramona is dealing with the internal pressure to share vibranium with the other nations. Something she says they will never do because the evils they are capable of. This is also demonstrated by France essentially using covert operations to try and steal vibranium from the Wakandians' research lab. Luke Bell's character has a ship that has located vibranium deep beneath the ocean surface that we've seen in trailers. After it's confirmed, they're attacked by... Now, this is controversial. So, Namor. They've changed his name. They've literally changed his name. So, all them people in the videos going, yo, Warstu, you said Namor's name's wrong. It's like, is it Namor? Is it Namor? They've changed his name. And his people, they kill everyone on board and results in everyone in the know believing it was done by Wakandians. Shuri and Ramona mourn T'Challa. It have been 1 year since its passing to the day by going to the beach where Ramona wants to perform a ceremony of burning the funeral attire, thus symbolizing they're coming to terms with T'Challa's passing. Shuri refuses, saying that if she thinks about her brother for too long, it will become the world that burns, not her clothes. Ramona tells her when T'Challa died, she walked as far away as she could until she reached the water, sat and thought of him, and in that moment she felt him next to her with his hands on her shoulder. I'm getting chills just reading this. This is going to be such an emotion, and I'm not trolling. This will be an emotional movie, even for people that aren't the biggest fans. Shuri rejects this, saying that a construction of her mind and T'Challa is truly gone. Namor emerges from the water and confronts them about the attack on the vessel, trying to purpose an alliance. He claims that they aren't the only ones with vibranium, and the location of it threatens both of them, but mainly his purpose and knowing of their existence. Shuri and Ramona don't fully believe him. Shuri claims no one should be able to locate vibranium like that, or that it even exists outside of Wakanda. But Namor says that all he wants is that the person responsible for the technology, and if they find them, kill them, or turn them over to him. It will solidify their partnership. But he also says they can tell no one of his existence, or this would solidify them as enemies. Most of this has already been seen in trailers predominantly, so let's continue. After reaching out to Ross and finding out that the person responsible for the technology is an MIT student, Okoye Shuri, much to Ramona's disapproval, go to find Riri Williams, aka Ironheart, to go to her safety, not only for Namor, but from the CIA searching for her. We discover Riri didn't sell her vibranium locally to the government, but her teacher did without knowing. They go to her garage, but are quickly found by the CIA, and they must fight their way out. Okoye in the car, Shuri on a motorcycle, and that is a dangerous scene that nearly caused her, well, actually did injure her in real life, and delayed filming for months. Riri in her test armor, whilst they're initially successful, Namor and Atomu ambush them on a bridge and knock both Riri and Shuri unconscious. Okoye successfully kills all the warriors, but Atomu is a beast, and Atomu is essentially behind everything. He's not Namor. Okay, that's my theory. And after a large, even fight, Okoye is disarmored. How the hell did they disarm her? Knocked into the water, but she's also witnessed the fallen soldiers rising, fully alive again. Shuri awakens and barters to be taken to Namor to plead with him not to kill Riri, since she isn't particular in the people looking for vibranium. They agree and take her and Riri to Talokan. Upon finding out Shuri was taken, Ramona strips Okoye from the Dolores Amage. To her failure, breaking Okoye's spirit. In Talokan, Shuri tries to barter for Riri's life, and Namor shows Shuri Talokan and explains its origin around 1500. One of their shaman had a vision of survival of their tribe by finding a glowing flower underwater. He believed it would give them all the powers they needed to survive their invaders coming. However, Namor's pregnant mother didn't want to partake, but they convinced her on the promise her son will be the first born to their new world. The flower turned their skin blue and gave them incredible strength, but they could no longer breathe and instead went to the ocean. Namor was born, but was unique amongst them, with winged feet, pointed ears, and slowed aging. They believed him to be Calakun and called him that. However, his mother longed for her home on the surface and asked to be buried there after her death. When Namor went to the surface to fulfill her wishes, he found the people enslaved by the Spanish set. They called him a demon and attacked Talokan, who reciprocated and easily killed them. A dying persist calls Namor. Namor adopts a name for his enemies to kill him. Meanwhile, Ramona, Nikita, who is running a school and has been since the blip, begs her to find Shuri. Nikita reluctantly agrees and begins searching for them, leads them to where Talokan is. Ross, meanwhile, is dealing with his new CIA director, Valentino. She's also his ex-wife, investigating the attacks in Boston on the ship. Ross feeds info back to Ramona through Shuri's lost beads to try and find and warn them on the increasing settlement to attack Wakanda. In Talokan, Shuri becomes seeing similarities between the cultures and begs Namor to spare Riri, and they will personally ensure that her technology isn't used wrongly again and that they will never reveal the existence of Talokan. Namor, despite his growing warmness to Shuri, says he's unwilling to risk his people and Riri needs to die. Not only that, but now the surface knows vibranium is in the ocean. He plans to wage a war on them and asks for Wakanda's help. Shuri begs to find a peaceful solution, but Namor, or Namor, still doesn't think it's possible. He gives her an ancient Talokan bracelet as a gift of good faith. Nikita is able to locate Talokan and goes to infiltrate and saves Shuri and Riri, but in the process kills 2 Talokan guards. Shuri begs Nikita to let her stay and save one, but she insists they must go or they will also die when Namor returns. Ramona simultaneously invites Namor to negotiate the return of Shuri. Namor refuses Ramona's offer, but then she threatens Namor that if he doesn't return, then she will reveal Talokan to the world. Namor alliterates by saying if they do anything against Talokan, he will kill Ramona personally, and Wakanda will be the first nation to fall upon returning. Namor finds the fallen guards and proclaims to Talokan they will attack Wakanda. They attack Wakanda. Shuri, Riri, Okoye struggle to evacuate and save as many people as possible. Namor starts demolishing anything they throw at him, accumulating in him, partially flooding Wakanda and attempting to drown Riri and Ramona. Ramona saves an unconscious Riri from her death at the cost of her own life. Yes, Ramona's just died. Devastating Shuri, now with no living relatives. Namor warns them he will return unless they completely surrender. Wakanda evacuates all the people to the Tribe Mountains, with the only hope they'll be safe there. M'Baku speaks to Shuri. Ramona's funeral, trying to be the reason that killing Namor will not end the conflict. She needs to deal with the grief and mourn T'Challa and Ramona. Shuri pushes against the notion. Shuri, with Nakia arguing, finally works on making the herb, her missing piece, to help her synthesize it. The missing piece being the twine from the Talcone bracelet, which was made from a vibranium plant. The flower is Namor's story. Shuri is successful and able to take the herb and access the astral plane, where she meets Michael B. Jordan Killmonger. He coaxed her to admit that she wanted him to show up because subconsciously she doesn't even believe in the astral plane, so she didn't think it'd matter. They argue how best to defeat Namor, with Killmonger claiming T'Challa was too noble to do what was necessary. He says Shuri has a choice to make. Either be noble like T'Challa or do what is needed to be done like him. Shuri wakes up shaken and lies to Nakia, saying she saw no one in the astral plane. Ross is arrested by Valencia, who reveals she knew Ross had the beads the whole time and had them bugged and heard everything he passed to the Wakandian. Is he secretly Doctor Doom? No, he's not. I'm joking. Ross tries to reason with her that they're not a threat and imagine what the US would do if they had a weapon like vibranium. And Valencia says that's her dream if the US was the only country to have the power. Shuri now, with the power of the Black Panther, reveals herself to her elders and declares that the Black Panther lives on and she plans to defeat Namor by luring him to another vibranium device made by Riri. But they believe her weakness is leaving water far too long and not having access. So the plan is to lure him, capture him, converted Wakanda ship, and try him out and kill him. Whilst the elders approve, M'Baku tries to advise Shuri that killing Namor will not solve the grief nor the conflict. If anything, it will doom them to eternal war. He says this isn't what Ramona hoped for Shuri to be. Shuri answered, Ramona is gone, and her hopes are gone with him. After luring Namor into a trap, Nakia, Okoye, now in the midnight armor, M'Baku and Riri, they're all in Black Panther Wakanda armor to a certain degree, fight the Talcons. Namor and Shuri fight ruthlessly. With the help of Riri, helps them. Gets Namor into the ship, fitted with the heat tech, and begins to weaken him. Instead of offering him peace, Shuri says she only has plans to kill Namor, with no other option. Namor, using his depleted strength, destroys the ship engine, and Shuri commands it to take them to the desert. Shuri takes advantage of Namor's weakness state and brutalizes him. Namor briefly is able to gain an upper hand and impales Shuri with his staff on a stone. Namor limps to a nearby water to regain some strength, but Shuri breaks the staff and gets between Namor and the water. She said, Wakanda forever, and crosses her arms, detonating the crashed ship, and burns Namor fatally. She puts his spear to his neck, ready to kill him. At the same time, the Wakandians are losing to the Talcons at sea. In a brief moment, Shuri thinks backwards through time, ending the moment Shuri told her that T'Challa died, but instead, she says from the astral plane, show him who you are, Shuri. Show Namor mercy if he yields, and promise to let him go of killing Riri, and return to the ocean, never to wage war on the surf. In return, Wakanda will protect them and their existence. Namor yields, and they return together. They cease the conflict. The Wakandians start to rebuild what they have lost from the attack. Riri returns home, finally. Shuri staying. They are grateful for the help defending Wakanda. And, hopefully, their paths will cross again. Nakia says she'll return. Shuri is welcome to join her, but Shuri says she needs to stay to help Wakanda move forward. Interesting. Namor represents Namor's peace with Wakandian, but claims one day the surface will wage a war on Wakanda, and they will come to them for assistance. And it will be then that they are in control. Okoye frees Ross from the transport truck, taking him to prison. Finally, the tribe gather to have a ceremony to officially crown Shuri the Queen and Black Panther. The waterfall ceremony. But as she's supposed to arrive, M'Baku says she has a pressing matter, and he will challenge her for the throne today. Honestly, I think this part here is meant to be some kind of joke. Not too sure because I've not seen it, but I like to go over these kind of stuff, and you guys like me to go over this kind of stuff. So yeah, this is supposed to be the most recent, the most up-to-date, the most real plot leak that we actually have allegedly. So let me go. And then obviously the mid-credit scene is supposed to be when Nikita is pregnant with child and it's baby T'Challa, and hence that will be the new T'Challa, or that's most likely the path they're gonna go down, maybe. But it's unclear on this if M'Baku does actually become Black Panther or the King of Wakanda. But either way, I think this plot leak's pretty decent. If this is a movie, I think this would be pretty cool. Cycles, guys, make sure to check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. And like always, check the pinned comment down below for the video sponsor, Black Panther Toys, with Smythe Toys in collaboration with Hasbro. Marvel Legends, yes, in the sponsored spot, it did say 2 months. It was made a long time ago. It just took a while to get approved by Disney. So like always, guys, I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.